Hello, I'm back. About 5 seconds after the other one. I'm gonna grab another cigarette. And like I always say, I'm gonna try to keep this one a little bit shorter. Probably won't be, but hopefully it will. I'm gonna try to shoot for about 15-20 minutes on this one. We'll see. Also, before I lose this thought. So what I want to talk to you about in this one, kind of want to make it a little bit separate from the other one, because I feel like this is a bit of an important topic, and getting through these videos is obviously going to be hard for anybody who's watching it. Roll this one a little tight. It's getting there. We'll see. We'll see what it does. I'm gonna have to relight it. But yeah, this snare is going to be about deprogramming yourself. I've been seeing that term around on some things here recently, and I like that. It's kind of a good. Maybe there we go. Whatever. I like that. And it's not just deprogramming yourself from the news or whatever. That's what most people reference it as, which is great. I mean, that's one of the best things people can do. Keep your brain from rotting out. But also deprogramming yourself from everything else. Stop listening to the radio. Stop listening to them fucking ads all the fucking time on the radio. Even if you like fucking classic rock or whatever else they play on the radio all the time. Just stop with that shit. It's so easy now, which I know if you're listening to it free off YouTube or whatever, but I think a lot of people have streaming services or some shit now. I've got Apple Music, but I robbed it off one of my buddies, but haven't listened to the radio in like 2 years. Other than a few seconds before I put in the little transmitter into the cigarette lighter thing and it changes up. I don't know what's playing. It's usually some like very staticky gospel singing or something. But yeah, deprogram yourself from everything. Like it's you really realize coming back after this, because I went for many years without ever watching a fucking movie, and that's going to be, I guess, one of the main things I can talk about here is I stopped watching movies. I was just sick and tired of everything that they're putting in them. It just, everything being like animated over here in the West sucks. In my eyes, anyways. I had a little bit of this nostalgia for some of the early shit that I grew up on and how it was like drawn better. Which I'm assuming it was drawn like Teen Titans show. Then we have like Avatar and Ninja Turtles from the early 2000s and shit, and Danny Phantom, all that stuff. Like talking about cartoons and stuff. And then like seeing those go into like where things like that, where it looks like PlayStation 1 graphics or Dreamcast graphics, whatever. It's crazy, I thought. And then another thing too is I hated the way they started doing movies. Is it's where everything felt like it was being built for a cinema, even if it's not. Like everybody always whispers. My wife used to really like watching The Walking Dead and stuff, but it just kind of got so bad she stopped fucking with it. But I hated watching it because it felt like everybody was just whispering all the time. Which maybe it sounds like what I'm doing here because I know I'm just, this is my normal voice. Um, Fuck it though, whatever. But it seems like everybody's whispering and it gets real quiet, and you always have like, uh, just like ambient white noise in behind it, and then all of a sudden shit just gets really loud for no reason, and it's like you always have to turn your TV up and down, up and down. Seems like, right? Uh, Everything was just kind of a pain in the ass. Then I got to where it's really like in anime. I started dipping my toes into it again. I'm not talking about like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic X, Kirby, right back at you, shit they grew up on and stuff. And not talking about the few animes that I watched just because they were, I'll talk about this in another video, cyberpunk related, like before the Cyberpunk the game came out, shit, because there wasn't a whole lot out there. Uh, Also vampire shit, uh, Vampire Hunter D. Um, First flower my wife ever gave me, then girlfriend, whenever we were in high school together, was a I can't even remember what flower it was, but I still have it pressed in the first light novel that I have of Vampire Hunter D. But the anime is great too. And oh yeah, Vampire Night. Watch that Shiki, Goated, shit like that, right? But I was watching them because they were either cyberpunk or vampire related because I just wanted to watch something cool. But I started getting into anime to get into anime. Um, and this would have been roughly about 9 years ago. I was a little bit late to the game. Like I mentioned in the other video, I was in early college whenever I was doing that. And me and my wife's getting into it together, then girlfriend, you know. But we started because we still living separately. She lived at her parents, I lived at mine. And sometimes we'd watch the same and then talk about it on the phone. And then there would be some times where we would watch separate ones and then we talk about them together and stuff. Like to this day, I've never watched School Days, but she watched it and told me everything about it. So I feel like I've watched it. So I have to sometimes think back to it like, and it's very rarely brought up because I know times past, a lot of people don't fuck with the oldies anymore and stuff, but there has been a time or two it's brought up, and I almost catch myself saying that I've watched it even though I haven't, right? But anyways, though, started getting into anime, and then started watching that a lot, and like I said, I fucked off from movies for a long time. Here in the past couple years, started dipping my toes back into them. I don't like movies necessarily. I wouldn't call myself a movie fan. I used to be before I got into anime, but uh, I just got away from it. Like, you know, Hollywood's fucked up. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't support these people. I don't like none of this shit. Whatever, right? But I've been fucking with them a little bit now, every now and again. I mean, honestly, we got a $20 fucking Roku, the cheapest one, because I mentioned in another video, PS4 fucked up. That's what we were using for YouTube at the time. And you've got Tubi on the Roku. It's free. It's got some ads you gotta watch. But it's got a lot of fun, cool shit on there. Shit that I really like. That I've seen before. That I kind of remember liking. What kind of kicked it off? Wanted to start off the Halloween season a little bit, like a week or so ago, and put on the first Elvira movie. And like I say, that shit's goated. So watched it, then kind of got exploring some of the other stuff on there, and not just that movie specifically, but out of some of the few that we've watched, and also the few we've watched since then. The last movie I think I saw in its entirety at, at the movie theater out of my own free will was the newer Blade Runner. Because I love the original so much. But this was after I'd already fucked off from movies. And before that, I guess Ghost in the Shell. And before that, I don't even know what the last one, maybe Creed, whenever that was, first one. But point is though, was kind of going back and watching some movies or watching some TV shows and stuff. Just again, the Roku's got some free shit you can put on background, whatever. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant here, but movies are made for dumbasses. Uh, they're just so toned down. You don't have to think about anything. And I know there's like these art films that are whatever, you know, oh my God, it's some whatever shit, right? Like, but just your general run of the mill movies in general, and TV shows too in the West, They feel like they were just made for dumb people. There's no effort in it. Like, you could put it on and fall asleep for half an hour and pick it back up, and you're probably still gonna know what's going on. Like, it's just like they're just trying to put out slop all the time, just for dumb people. Like, and the same thing too is like if you've deprogrammed yourself from like the news or whatever, and then you hear it or hear people talking about what was on it or something like that, dude. Like, how does these people even believe this shit? How does people think this shit's even good? You know, I've got so disenfranchised with movies and uh, just TV, news, whatever, right? Like, and sometimes I want something where I don't have to think about something. Like, I just want to put something on. I want to put on, excuse me, like a chill game and play it, or something on the background. You know, God damn, like, how does people enjoy this? Like, truly enjoy it, where they're like, man, this is good. Or how do people even believe this shit? I don't know. It kind of blows my mind. Like, but that being said, kind of moral of the story, and I'm not gonna go into it too much deeper or anything like that, but just because I want to wrap it up, I want to get inside and do some shit a little bit tonight. But last night I made them videos so fucking long. But anyways, though, is if anybody sees this or whatever, do yourself a favor and just deprogram from everything for a while. And modern anime is getting to where it's kind of like, I think it's kind of starting to suck. Which I'll go into another video. Um, Long story short is, this happened. I'm not too big into comic books. I got a buddy that is, though. He's explained this to me in the 90s. That's whenever the money started coming in to comic books. They started sucking after that. So they started just putting shit out. And like, everybody likes this shit now, but nobody truly likes it. And it's all fucked up. And you can't just be yourself and be weird. Same thing's happening with video games and has been for a while. Same thing with black metal. Anime's no exception. Like I mentioned in another video, though, black metal's a little bit of a exception because there's no fucking money in it. It's for passion, so I don't think that can be stopped. Uh, but you got more people kind of aware of some shit, and everything is like bad to them now, and it just, normies getting into niche hobbies because it's been pushed uh, for financial gain, and then they bring in normie ideals to things, and it just gets fucked up. Anime has been on that track for a while. I think COVID and TikTok has kind of really helped with that, and also more people are kind of waking up and realizing that anime is about the only good form of media to watch. I feel like, for the most part, uh, excuse me, without a few or with a few exceptions and stuff uh, nowadays. So I think that's why a lot of people are kind of getting into it as well, which those people are cool. I mean, that's how I got into it and stuff. But just, yeah, normies bringing in normie shit about it. And, you know, with video games too, AAA titles, I mean, fuck. We all want them to be good. I want Bloodlines 2 to be like Bloodlines 1, but it's Vampire the Masquerade, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But very few of them deliver, you know, with anything. And the cost of everything right now, it just had to be so much, so much. Like, even like with anime, even just your whatever slice of life ones, which is what I probably watch the majority of. Even the animation's getting ridiculous on there. You don't have to have this crazy animation just to tell the same story you've seen a million fucking times. Just be honest with you, just chill vibes. It ain't gotta be all that. But no, Point is, though, money comes in, normies get into it, normalize it, fuck it up. But at some point, shit will have to crash, and then from there, you'll probably get some of the best shit you've ever seen, played, watched, whatever, though. So, it just takes some time, though, which sucks. Uh, but yeah, so that being said, try deprogramming yourself if you can. Deprogramming, and he'll be able to kind of open you up to a lot more ways of thinking and ideals, and help people wake up and kind of realize themselves and not be stuck in the trap. A poor person and a rich person live the same fucking life. They wake up, go to work, come home, eat, watch Netflix, go to bed. Poor person driving a shitter, living in a trailer. Rich person driving a nicer car, living in a big house. But the life's the fucking same. Rich person has more shit they can blow on. Poor person's going to Gatlinburg or whatever. We're going to the fucking lake on a little cheap boat, whatever. Go fishing. Well, the rich person, yeah, they're going fishing on a boat. They're doing it in Florida. What the fuck difference does it make? So you can take more pictures and tell your colleagues at work, I caught a bigger fish because it's in Florida instead of whatever rinky-dink lakes around. It don't fucking matter. It's all the same shit. One shinier, nicer than the other, but it's all the same. If you truly, if you're happy with that life, you're content, you want to live that forever, no hate. There's got to be people out there to keep the machine going. And that's not saying anything bad. It has to be done. Uh, with the way society's set up now, anyways. But if you're tired of this bullshit, you want to get out of it, start with start just deprogram yourself. Stop scrolling on this fucking useless shit. Go do something. Deprogram yourself again. Kind of cringe term, but whatever. Be a lot happier, a lot better for it. Start opening you up to other stuff. Be able to think for yourself. Last thing, just because you decided that you are a certain person at like age 20, 22, whatever, early 20s, don't mean you have to stick to your guns and be that same fucking person forever. You can change. Your ways of thinking can evolve. You're not stuck in that. And if people want to shit on you, make fun of you for thinking something differently and waking up and thinking about other things, and not just political senses, but in all aspects, then fuck them. They only liked you for their preconceived notions. They didn't like you for you. If you just stay the fucking same, then ignorance is bliss on some people, but not for me, man. I'm always wanting to be out there and searching for that real shit. Somehow, somewhere, some way, I'm gonna get this shit figured out. But yeah, start off small and see where that leads you. If you hate waking up every day to go into work and you think everybody has to be like this and you have to do what everybody else does because you've been told by old motherfuckers or by society that you have to be like this, you don't. You're not going to end up on the streets. Now, if you want to be on the streets and you like that lifestyle, you like drifting around, that's cool. Hell, I even thought about doing that at one point because I just cannot fathom the work life for the institutions and stuff my whole life. Ain't no fucking way. Uh, so there's ways around it. Again, some point in a video, I may do it whenever I've got a few people watching and stuff, just because, I mean, again, these are kind of important topics. I feel like everybody needs to share their experience in their life story with, because not enough people talking about it. There's a few people around in my area that's done this. Um, Old guys, they won't give you the fucking time of day. I've got the wrong last name around here. It don't mean shit. Um, don't want to divulge their secrets. They don't want to talk about it. So we got to help each other out, figure shit out. You know, you're not stuck in the trap forever. Be stuck in it for a little while, but if you're seeing progress towards your goals of getting out of the rat race, then, you know, makes working a hell of a lot easier. If you're working for that paycheck just to be able to take care of rent, bills, groceries, that's it, and all the other little bullshit expenses here and there, then hell, life would be better out on the fucking streets. I mean, unless you enjoy your job. A lot of people I know really enjoy their fucking job. Um, there's also a lot of people that claim that they do and they don't. Not having to be tied down to a workplace, to me, is the most fucking liberating feeling in the world. I've only ever had extreme anxiety, and this is just because I'm getting everything set up for my personal business and stuff that I've had since I've left that job. Like, I'm not sitting around stressing out like a motherfucker. And honestly, I'm eating better and everything else now. Like, I'm not, I need to watch it, but you know, it's better to have tried, failed, because I mean, that's my thing, is throughout this entire process, I have failed multiple times and have lost my ass multiple times. But that's not stopping the machine from going. You driving your stick shift, you throw it in the wrong gear, that's fine. You slow down a little bit, push your clutch in, just put it back in gear, try it again. I mean, it ain't gonna stop completely. You have to have a game plan and a plan of action, but it ain't gotta be fucking, you know, it ain't gotta be perfect. It just has to be something halfway realistic. Um, and if you want to still have a kind of normal life and you're not drifting around on the streets or whatever, um, yeah, you'll have to do some work, but there's ways to minimize it. Like, what if I told you guys you can make as much money working one day a month, 1 or 2 days, than you would every day, 5 days a week, every month, you know? I mean, it beats it, right? So that's what I'm getting at. Not everybody should do the same thing that I'm doing. In all honesty, it's a pain in the fucking ass. And if I lived in a different area, I'd probably be trying something different. But again, every area is going to be kind of different on what's going to be better for you to be able to do. Working from home is great if anybody can kind of figure that shit out. But if you're having to take calls from angry motherfuckers all the time, your soul will be fucking crushed. It's kind of like I talked in another video, pizza delivery. I done that for a while. It was the first real job I ever had, and the money was awesome. Best money I ever made. Best money probably ever will make. At a regular job, it is hell on your car though. It will destroy it. Get in there, make them bands, do what you got to do for a little while, but then get the fuck out of there before your car is completely trashed. Unless you got plenty of backups or whatever. Same way with a lot of other jobs. go in some blue collar hard work. I know several old motherfuckers. They're heavy equipment operators. Their backs are fucking killed. They live off snack cakes and Mountain Dew. They're fucked up. I mean, they're literally dying in their 40s or feel like they're dying. You know, they got to get the fuck out of there. The call center, work from home shit. I mean, it's good. You're at home, saving all that gas money. You ain't got to go out and meet people. You ain't got to do stuff, right? It's not the introvert's dream like you may think it is. I mean, it's cool there for a while, but it will crush your fucking soul. But you can do it for a while, though. That's what I'm saying. Your car's going to be fine whenever you're first starting to deliver pizzas. You can run it good for a while, no issues, whatever, right? It's a decent car to begin with. If you're in a decent headspace whenever you start this fucking call center shit, you're going to be fine for a while. Do what you got to do, get your money, save up, you know, to put it towards something else to help liberate you. But it's not no long-term shit. If you're somebody like me, you know, sometimes I wish that I could have been blissfully ignorant in life. But that's not me. I mean, it's going to be my final reincarnation if you believe in that shit. I'm going to make for sure that my soul finally transcends and I'm just fucking chilling. I'm done. I am done after this life, guys. I'm going to get there. I'm going to make it. I'm going to fucking accomplish all this shit. I'm going to get there. Deprogram yourself. If you're not NPC, you're a real soul walking this fucking earth and you know something's fucked up and you have that itching feeling. It took me over a year to formulate a plan. You ain't got to figure it out overnight. Look into shit. Figure shit out. Reach out to people if they'll talk to you. If not, fuck it. Find your own way. Forge it. Do what you gotta do. You know? In theory, you only get one life. Don't punish yourself on earth. Don't do it, man. Figure this shit out. Get out there. Take care of shit. Take care of the people you love. But get out of this rat race if you feel the call to do so. If you don't, great. Honestly, there's been a lot of times I wish I was in your position. That's not me. You don't have to be the same person now that you were a few years ago. Be yourself. Main takeaways: be yourself, deprogram yourself, figure your own shit out, make your own way if you feel like you don't belong. Should have 5. What's another thing I can add in there? Fuck it, I don't even know. But you know what I'm saying. If you've listened to me ramble this far, hell yeah. Look forward to the future, man. We're gonna get it. We're gonna make it, guys. Take it easy.